So I've returned my laptop and my fob to my workplace, and now I'm officially unemployed. And the reason I quit is actually pretty exciting. We're moving to Japan! So my husband Kay is from Osaka, so we're gonna go live in Osaka for anywhere from like 3 to 6 months, just with his family in his family home. And then after that, I honestly don't know what we're gonna do. We haven't planned anything out. Neither of us have jobs lined up. I think we just kind of wanted to get out, really, at this point. We were both feeling a little bit stuck in our everyday lives here in Melbourne. So we decided a change of pace was in order. And like, obviously we're in our late 20s now. I'm in my late 20s now. And it's kind of like, if I'm gonna do something irresponsible and irrational, I'm gonna do it now before I have a family and a house and a mortgage, things that I, responsibilities that I can't really put off. So that's what's gonna happen. So it's only like 10 a.m. on a weekday. So I think I'm just gonna spend some time enjoying the city of Melbourne. So first things first, let's go get a coffee. Definitely gonna miss Melbourne coffee. Every time I've gone to Japan, it just doesn't compare, or anywhere else in the world, honestly. Melbourne coffee is elite. So that's something I'm gonna have to get used to not having. But I think I'm keen to switch to green tea as my caffeine of choice. Obviously, friends and family, that's gonna be really hard, but it's only a 2-hour difference, so it should be okay in terms of contact. But I will miss being able to drive everywhere and having a car. It's just convenient. Although, the public transport in Japan, I'm very excited for. Some of the things that I won't miss while I'm gone is probably going to be how slow the internet is. It's actually wild, like the fucking moody weather I won't miss. Don't know if you can see, but it's supposed to rain, so you never know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to miss the public transport. I don't want to be waiting for a bus for an hour for it to not come, or for it to just not stop at my stop. I'm sick of that. Give me good public transport. Best banh mi I've ever had in my life. It's from just up in Elsternwick, which is in the southeast Melbourne. Banh mi's in the northwest of Melbourne are generally way better than the ones in the southeast where this one is from, but I mean, it's still not bad. I'm definitely gonna miss the banh mi culture in Melbourne. It's been fun. You know what's another thing that I'm absolutely not gonna miss? These fuckers. If you don't know what I mean, basically, during spring, you're just walking around minding your own business, and the female magpies have nests and kids, and as soon as you walk under their tree, they swoop you. And most of them won't touch you, but there have been instances where people get scars and scratches. It's essentially bird terrorism, so it's just not fun. It gives me way more anxiety than thinking about sharks or snakes because you'll hardly ever see them. I have actually had a pretty scary incident with a snake. So I was doing a solo hike out on the Great Ocean Road to one of the waterfalls they have out there. And basically you park in a small car park and then it's still a 30-minute walk to get to the actual waterfalls. I get to the waterfall and as I'm on my way back, it's quite dark and a tiger snake just slithers super calmly right in front of me. And obviously when you grow up in a country like this with all these kind of like deadly animals around, you are kind of taught like what you're supposed to do in the event that you do see something like that. And so you just stop, you don't move, and you just like let the snake do its thing because generally they're not going to attack you. It was so chill, like he just slithered on past, he didn't even like acknowledge me. And it was obviously terrifying because they're extremely poisonous. I was still 30 minutes away from any car and like hours away from any hospital. So it's super scary, but it's definitely not as scary as you would expect it to be because they're not actively coming out to get you. But magpies do. Magpies are out to get you. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna miss that. So when am I going? Whenever I get my visa. I'm applying for what's called a spousal visa in Japan because my husband, Kei, is Japanese. So the only thing is that this process can take anywhere from between 1 to 3 months or longer, depending on just how busy it is really. So it's not really a complicated process. It just takes a really long time because you've got to apply for something called a certificate of eligibility, which is kind of things like proving marriage has been registered. If you have to have a sponsor, which can be your partner or a different family member in Japan. That's proof that, you know, you have enough money, so you're not going to be taking money from the government or causing any like problems in Japan, I think essentially is what they're just trying to check, stuff like that. So it's just a lot to put together, but it's not super complicated. And so basically this is what you have to put together for your certificate of eligibility to be eligible to apply for a visa. Once that is approved, then applying for the actual visa takes about 1 week. So just waiting on that. Having said that, I have actually bought my ticket already. I bought a plane ticket for the 25th of December. So I'm banking on Japan to have my certificate of eligibility ready in 1 month. But yeah, I think this channel is going to be a bit of a way for me to have a video diary of my time in Japan and to kind of show the parts of Japan that you might not be able to see if you're just going as a tourist or if you don't have a local guide with you. So yeah, I am super excited to be starting this new adventure and my new life in Japan and going to all these really cool places and trying new things, experiencing all the seasons. And I hope whoever's watching can also enjoy this experience and journey with me. Yeah, that was so cringe. これなんて読む？
ゴーマン。
に週？
あ、日豪館の。
日豪館の
人材交流を。
あ、むずい。